my channel and thanks so much for clicking on today's video. If you're new here, my name is Olivia and I upload beauty, style and lifestyle videos every Friday morning over here. So I would love it if you join the fam gang. If you really enjoyed this video, then please make sure to go ahead and subscribe, and you can follow me over on Instagram as well. So I hope you're safe wherever you're watching this from, keeping safe and keeping sane. We've just extended the kind of quote unquote lockdown phase in Kenya for another 3 weeks, so we're probably 2 weeks by the time you're watching this. So, you know, hang in there. Like many of you, I'm sure, desperate to get out there, desperate to get back to normal life, but at the back of my mind, if I'm honest, hanging in there for a few more weeks. Anyway, so this week I thought I would talk about a few of my favourites, and I haven't got too many to talk about, so the video won't be too long, but just to give you a taste of a few different bits that I have been enjoying over the past couple of weeks. So let's get started. Item number one is this. It is a mascara by the budget brand Essence, and this is the Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. This is bomb. I bought this for about, I want to say like €4 or something when I travelled last, just like on a whim, because I think I'd heard some people say that Essence makes amazing drugstore mascaras, but I'd never tried one, so I decided to pick up this Lash Princess because the name was kind of ringing in my ear from, it must have been a YouTube video that I had watched. So picked it up and I really have been enjoying this mascara. For me, who has almost non-existent lashes, I mean, I have really small lashes, they're not super curly, but they're just like sparse. Just generally, like the hair on my body isn't very thick, it isn't very luxurious and bushy. I mean, I hardly have eyebrows, I've got a struggle hairline, I mean, we're going through it out here on the hair front, ladies. But this mascara came through. I mean, it's a really nice wand. It's kind of like narrow and, sorry, you probably can't see behind that black background, but I'll try and do you a close-up. It's a really nice kind of arrow-shaped wand, but quite narrow, so that means that I can actually get quite close in without smudging and do my bottom lash lines as well without smudging, which is a plus for mascara. So this isn't a waterproof formula, and I personally prefer them that way. For me, waterproof mascaras don't apply in the same way, and as much as they can hold through, like, you know, your eyes tearing up or like smudging during the day, I just find that they're also more difficult to take off. And I don't know, there's just something about waterproof mascaras that I'm not a fan of. So where and when I can, I always try and pick up a non-waterproof formula, which this is, but it hasn't given me any trouble with like flaking or like coming off on my eyes and making them look funny. So I've been really enjoying that. Give me a comment down below if you would like budget mascaras on Cocoon. I think you guys need to try this. It's actually really good. So talking of removing makeup and struggling to get waterproof mascara off my eyes, I discovered this next product through fellow YouTuber Angel Lately's channel. Angel talked about this cleansing balm that she got from Miniso, and she raved so much about it that I was like, listen, I need to try this for myself. So I went over to Miniso and I picked it up. That is this. It's the Sakura Water Bright Cleansing Balm. This is bomb. Like, Angel told no lies. This is bomb. You need this, guys. It's so good. I was skeptical about just how much I would like it, but you need so little of this balm. So it basically comes with a screw cap, and then it has this little protector thing, and it usually has like little spoon thing I've taken out. And it's pink on the inside, like a pale pink. So you just scrape out what you need, put that onto your like palm, and then close this back up and use that to kind of remove your makeup on your face. This is incredible. It is so, oh, I don't know what the word is to describe this. It goes from a balm consistency into an oil consistency really well. I haven't had many cleansing balms that I've tried do that, and this is like up there. Angel put this on par, or even better, I think, than the Clinique Take the Day Off Balm, which is up there. It's also one of my favourites. I think I agree. This is, for the price, I think it was like 1,300, maybe 1,500 shillings max. For the price, it does what it needs to do, and you don't need a lot. I think the reason why I would also agree that this is either on par or even better than the Clinique is that this is that you don't need so much of this. So you just put on a tiny amount, and that goes a really, really long way to help break down your makeup on your face, or like sunscreen if you weren't wearing makeup, or like, you know, what dirt, grime. It just really goes a long way. A little amount is all you need to really clean off your whole face. So on that, I think it does actually better than the Clinique, because the Clinique, I found that I needed quite a bit of that balm to kind of get it going on my face, so you go through it a bit quicker. I do feel though that this has a little bit of a residue that it leaves on my skin. Like, I can definitely still feel it sitting on my skin a bit more than I do with the Clinique. So I guess it's a little bit of a trade-off. The price point is absolutely amazing on this. The going power of this is also amazing, but there is that little bit of residue that remains on my face, which isn't like a deal breaker, because I only ever use this for my first cleanse. I wouldn't use this for my second cleanse. So that means I only really use this in the evening. So I'll go in with this, and I'll go in with my cleanser just to actually cleanse my skin, whereas this is more to take off the makeup. So that kind of residue feeling, it isn't a lot, and I don't want to like exaggerate and make it out to be like something that's a complete deal breaker, because it's absolutely not, but it is noticeable, so I just wanted to mention it. I think the only thing that I wasn't too hot about in this cleansing balm was the scent. So it is Sakura, which Sakura is basically the Japanese cherry blossom, and I guess that's what the scent is in here, but it's not my favorite, and I kind of feel like it lingers a little bit in the bathroom after I use it. So I guess it's like a little bit of a niggle point. But I would say if you are looking for an affordable cleansing balm and you wanted to try something new, this is definitely worth checking out. Try it out for yourself. You might absolutely love the scent. And if you're using it as your first cleanse, the residue thing is neither here nor there. Next up on my favourites list is this, and this is the Zara Woman fragrance in the Wonder Rose Intense scent. This is really, really nice. If you're looking for an affordable fragrance that lasts and just has a beautiful feminine feel about it, this really is it. This was about, it smells so good. This was about, I think, 13 euros. I bought it when I travelled. And for 100 ml of the parfum, that is incredible. It smells really good. It kind of just smells like a grown-up woman would smell, but it has some warmth about it. And especially as the weather has been really crappy in Kenya at the moment, it's like raining and cold and grey, and we're gonna go into cold season. I feel like this just gives me a nice warm hug. I don't think I have anything negative to say about this, apart from maybe that it doesn't linger or last for very long on the skin. I think it does okay, but it doesn't last very long kind of like around you. You won't smell it on yourself as you keep moving about in the day. But as I've just been indoors for the most part, it's been perfect just to kind of spritz on in the morning and put on a jumper, a cardigan and something snuggly, and kind of get to work with that without it kind of being too intrusive. Sticking to body scents with the next one is this, and it is a body perfume lotion. This is from Bath & Body Works, and it is the part of the energy, it's part of the aromatherapy line, and it's in the energy particular line, and it's the scent Plumeria, I hope I'm saying that right, Plumeria and Mandarin. This is so nice. I actually bought this for my mum as a gift a couple of months ago. She's really into perfumed lotions, and I smelled this and I was like, yeah, she would love that. She would absolutely love that. And then I went round to her house a couple of weeks ago, and then I was like, oh, what's that scent? I was in her bedroom and I was like, what's that lingering scent in here? It smells so good. And she was like, this is the lotion that you got me. And I was like, what? I didn't know it smelled that good. So your girl went and picked herself one up. And I got this from a store on Instagram called Veronica's Touch. I'll make sure to leave the handle in the description bar, so just check down there if you're interested. I think I did buy the last one. I actually bought two, so I think I bought the last ones of these, but I'm sure she'll be restocking because I've seen this in her store. She has a store not too far from Timor. It smells really, really good and lasts really nicely on the skin. So I've been using this kind of like on top of my Nivea. So I'll put on my Nivea to like actually moisturize my body, and then I'll top up with this just kind of like as a fragrance in the same way that I would with the Zara perfume. But just because we're indoors, then I just kind of like pop it on so that it's a nice light fragrance. Sometimes I'll even put it on after like my evening shower before I get into my PJs. So I'm smelling all good when I get into bed. This was 1,800 shillings and totally worth it. What new skills have you picked up during this quarantine period? Aren't you tired of everybody asking you that question? You should be doing something, master a skill, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it, but just chill. One thing that I've been trying to do during this quarantine period is to try and read more. I was an avid reader, and I mean a really, really avid reader, pretty much all my life, definitely in childhood, in high school, university. I think when I started working full-time, after a couple of years, it started to kind of dwindle down a little bit. And I've been really like trying to push myself to kind of get started on a new book. I've started a few books, but haven't finished them. And then I was like, do you know what, maybe I just need to switch what I'm reading so that I can have something different which will maybe motivate me to finish a book. And so I picked up this, a few months late, or is it even a year plus late, the Michelle Obama book, Becoming. I love the Obamas, absolutely love them as a couple, love what they stand for. And I have read Barack's book. I'm not an autobiographer reader, so the books that I tend to read are escapism books. So I will read fiction, something that will take my mind away from like true like life. And that's the kind of way that I approach my personal reading. I had been wanting to pick up this book for ages, and basically since it came out I knew that I would want to read it because I love Michelle and I really admire her. So I picked it up and I've been reading it kind of on and off, and because it is a biography, it's a lot easier to dip in and out of. So I've been reading it on and off for the past, I'd say, 2 months. And I really do mean on and off. I mean, I could leave it for a week, read a couple of chapters this week, read 10 chapters the next day, you know, so I've just really been dipping in and out, although I'm almost done, but I have really, really, really enjoyed this book. And I really like the structure of this book and kind of how it ties into the title. So the title of the book is Becoming, and the book is structured in 3 major sections. So there's Becoming Me, which is kind of basically how Michelle grew up, basically her backstory, Becoming Us, her life with Barack and the kids, and then Becoming More, which is now looking more at the presidency and how Michelle kind of was adapting to that, Barack as well, and the kids. And I really like her perspective on things as a mom and as a woman who's a professional. So I don't know, there's something about Michelle that is just so dazzling and so enchanting, I feel. If you are into autobiographies and you've been looking for a book like this to dip into, then I would definitely recommend this one. It is hefty. I don't know whether they print this now in paperback yet or not, because hard copy is not always so easy to read, like when you're lying down and stuff. But I will be finished with this pretty soon, and then once I'm finished doing reading this, then I think I will now watch the Netflix documentary, because I didn't want to watch the documentary before I finished the book. So that's kind of like waiting for me as soon as I'm done with this. You can get this everywhere. I think I've seen it at local bookshops. Grab you this if you can. So speaking of Netflix, the last favourite that I want to talk about this month is the basketball documentary on Netflix called The Last Dance. Oh my god, I'm not even a basketball fan like that, but you would be, I don't know, there's got to be something wrong with you if you were of or within my age range and you didn't know who Michael Jordan was growing up. Jordan and the Bulls was like Michael Jackson. I mean, he was that guy. So I really just enjoyed kind of listening to his story and also the stories of the other different players in there, and kind of how he grew from a young kind of college basketball player to this mega star. And I can't wait for like the final episodes to come out if they've not already. I've been watching that with my husband, and we've promised each other that nobody's skipping ahead of the other person. So I'm hoping that we can finish that up together. I have really, really enjoyed that. So that's a recommendation. If you haven't watched that already on Netflix, then I think that's a good one to watch if you're not into like series, or you just want like a break from the regular shows that you're watching. Okay, so that brings me to the end of this video. As I said, I didn't have too much to share this time because I haven't really been trying out too much that's new. I mean, I think this is the first time I've put on eyeshadow on a full face with a lip in weeks. I mean, with the mask situation, what's the point? I think the most I've done is my eyebrows, and that's kind of like how I've been rolling out if I need to go to the supermarket or anything, because you can't tell anyway. Pop on a pair of sunglasses and So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know down below what you have been loving lately. If there's anything that you think that I need to check out, please let me know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.